Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle and today's video is going to be a mix of cleaning and some Halloween prep and fun. We've all been pretty sick here. Well, our youngest Oliver was the sickest for sure for most of the week, and the rest of us all caught it from him, though not as bad. So it's been a long few days, but we're all starting to feel a little bit better, Oliver especially. So today we're going to start by doing a quick tidy of the house. The kids are helping out with that because a lot of it is their mess. And then we're going to move on to some fun Halloween activities. I saw a video recently and this guy, it was supposed to be funny, and they showed him a picture of a rug and he said, "Oh yeah, that's a Play-Doh drying mat." And I thought that was so funny because it's so true. We have so much hardwood in our house, but somehow the Play-Doh always gets played with right on this rug. So I'm just going through and picking out some pieces that actually were hard and dried that the vacuum couldn't get. Before we get started on our Halloween crafts and fun, I'm just getting some laundry going since it's been a week of pretty much no laundry with everybody sick. So this is Finn's load that's going in first. Okay, I'm so excited to share this part with you guys. My mom actually sent this to me on Pinterest, I think it was. I'll see if I can find something similar and link it down below. But basically what I did was I saved 2 egg cartons. Actually, my mom gave me one and I saved one of ours. And you just cut up all the little individual egg holders, I guess you would call them, into, you're supposed to do singles, but I decided to keep some as doubles because they were pretty hard to cut. And also I thought 2 was fine to have together. And then you just get all your paint out and you can basically just paint them to look like little mummies or spiders or vampires or pumpkins or ghosts. So it's really simple, and it felt like a craft that both kids could do and I could sit there and do it with them. So that's what we're going to start with. Finn is not big into crafts. He doesn't really love like drawing and painting and things like that, but what he does love to do is mix colors together. Whether it's adding paint to water to mix together or adding 2 paints together, that's his jam. He loves to do it. So that was kind of what he was more doing at the end, but there is our final product and they turned out so cute. Moving on now to some cookies. So Oliver and I made these sugar cookies a few days before this, and I just have some Halloween cookie cutters that we used. And then I just sort of searched my cupboards to see what kind of things I had that we could use to decorate. So I had a few different colored icings. I made an orange icing. I had some sprinkles left over from New Year's that we used, and then I just threw in some marshmallows and chocolate chips. I figured the kids would be more than happy to use that. You could see Cooper there trying to sniff for a little treat. Anyways, this was also also really fun. The kids love decorating, and you'll see in a little bit that they are pretty much just eating the sprinkles by the handfuls.
How's yours looking? You having fun?
Look mine. That's mine
Wow.
and that's mine.
I took a quick pause from the Halloween activities to switch over the laundry so Finn's stuff could go in the dryer now, and then I'm going to put Oliver's clothes into the washing machine. Andrew had just finished a job and was home for the day, and Finn had been bugging us for a few days to carve pumpkins, so we decided we were going to go ahead and do this on this day. And there's Oliver sitting in a bowl. So I think Finn was really excited because he's kind of old enough now to sort of lead the carving of his own pumpkin, although he did find it a little difficult still, but we had some fun pulling out the guts. Neither of the boys really liked to touch it, but they were getting a little better by the end, helping me sort out the seeds from the rest of the innards.
We're getting ready for Halloween.
Every year, I love to save as many seeds as I can and cook them up, and we usually do different flavors. Last year I think we did a pizza one that was really good. This year we're going to do a sweet one and a salty one, so I'm just going to lay them all out on this tea towel overnight to dry off, and then in the morning we will get them baking. I'm starting with the sweet pumpkin seeds. For this recipe, I sort of loosely followed some recipes I found on the internet, but mostly just sort of made it up as I went along. So I'm just doing cinnamon and sugar. Finn was the one that actually really wanted sweet ones this year, and I wasn't sure if he was actually going to like them, so I did less of this one than I will of the salty ones. Working on the salty savory ones now. I basically just did some garlic powder, some paprika, and salt and pepper, and just mixed it together. Finn was sort of like right in there with me watching me do this, and he decided he wanted to do the salt, and I think he didn't realize how quickly the salt came out, so a little more than we wanted to add. So they are a little salty, but actually they didn't turn out too bad, so not all was lost. So this is exciting. This was the day we actually got our new fridge. So if you've watched my other videos, you've heard me talk a few times about how we are hoping to get our kitchen renovated sooner than later, and this was sort of the first step. I wanted to replace our fridge. Our old one was really old, and it was sort of that yellowy white color. I thought a newer one would be more efficient, and it just looks a lot nicer, and it's going to fit with the aesthetic of our new kitchen better. So I had to take all of our food and put it back into this new, well, not back into this new fridge, because we'd had to move it all out of the old fridge so the delivery guys could take it away for us. And then once that was done, I decided to unload the dishwasher. It was clean, and through unloading the fridge and then loading it back up and finding some old leftover containers and things like that, we had some dishes in the sink that I wanted to get out of my way and put in the dishwasher. So had to unload that before I could load it back up. Again, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably seen me make some of my own homemade veggie broth. So that's what I'm doing today. Again, going through all the contents of our fridge and freezer. I saw that the freezer bag for our veggie scraps was pretty full, so I decided to go ahead and make some broth. And this time I actually added a little bit of salt and pepper to it. I haven't done that in the past, and it's been fine, but I just wanted to experiment. When the kids were sick, I actually made a homemade chicken noodle soup, and instead of using chicken broth, I used mostly the homemade veggie broth, and I just felt like I was getting a lot more nutrients into them. So this is something I'm definitely going to keep doing because it's really, really simple and really delicious. So I'm just going through some sort of a pile of papers that's on the table there. That's actually all stuff that was on our old fridge. So there's pictures, there's just some like coupons, there's some informational stuff. So I'm just going through and seeing if anything can be thrown out, if anything's expired, if there's anything we could store somewhere else, because I'd like to try and keep this new fridge a little cleaner on the face and on the sides. We weren't even sure if it was going to be magnetic, but it is, so that's good. So I'm just going to sort through that, and then there's just a bit more of a mess on the dining room table that I thought I would tidy up. And of course, there is a bit more of a mess in the living room again, despite the kids cleaning it up earlier, so I am going to go ahead and tidy that up as well. on to the last chore for this video, which is putting away Finn's clean clothes. I don't always get him to help me do this, but he is going to help me today. And usually when we do it together, I'll go through the basket and I'll sort of pull things out and fold them and organize them, and then I'll hand them to him in piles and he'll put them away in his drawers. He's grabbing me some hangers from his closet. He can't quite reach the bar yet, so I usually have to hang the shirts up for him or have him grab a stool and do it. And we're just slowly working on him putting away his clothes. He just sort of throws them into the drawers right now. He doesn't really keep the socks with the socks and the undies with the undies and things like that. But I'm just trying to find that balance of not telling him what to do and letting him sort of figure this out for himself, and just being appreciative of the fact that he's learning how to do this chore, versus also wanting to teach him how to be organized and have things laid out in your drawer so that you can see everything you have and that's clean. So I don't know. I don't think I'm always hitting the mark with that, but we're trying. And you can see I asked him to put his dirty clothes in his laundry basket. He's playing with his brother. And then as soon as I turn around, he's like, oh, I better get these clothes in the basket like Mom asked. So thought that was funny to watch on the playback. So once we got that done, I just wanted to tidy his room up a little bit. So we're just putting away some books. He loves reading at night, and there's always books all over his bed or that have fallen down between the bed and the wall. So we're just getting all that cleaned up and tidying his room. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, you can comment or like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I am appreciative of all of those things, and I am trying to post every Monday. So I will see you guys in a week. I hope you have a fantastic Halloween. I hope you have great weather and it's, fun, spooky, and the kids enjoy, and all those good things. So we'll talk again in November. Cheers.